What math is Jackson taking this year?
Jackson.
What is it?
Jackson, what's your math you're taking?
I don't know, dude. It's like a weird.
It's beginning 9th grade math.
Okay. As long as he can describe it to me, that we can do problems on my screen, then it'll work fine. If it's not geometry, is it?
I have the assignment.
Is it geometry?
Yeah.
No, it's not geometry?
No!
Okay, well, you just work it out with David and tell him what you're doing.
Okay. Jackson, where are you going to high school?
It's reasoning with equation. It's reasoning with equations and inequalities.
Okay. We can handle those. I think you can probably verbalize those.
Mom, can you just send him this? Just send him this list. Take a picture.
Okay. He's going to help you. Just
Take a picture.
Jack, don't be rude. Okay, are you talking to us?
Yeah.
I'm here.
Okay.
Do you have one that we can verbalize so that we could kind of get started?
Yeah.
Go ahead and tell me the first problem.
+2.
I'm sorry, what?
-7 + 2.
Okay, hold on a minute. Well, you tell me the answer. Like that?
Yeah.
Talk to him. Can you answer?
Wouldn't it be +9?
No, here's what you want to do. Whenever you are adding a positive and a negative number, we have a -7 and we have a 2 that we're adding together. Subtract the two numbers. What do you get?
Yeah.
That's not it. You subtract the two numbers. What do you get?
5.
And now the sign you put on that is the sign of the larger number. So what sign goes with the 5?
Negative.
Okay, that's the way you do it. Let me give you some other ones. Here we have a +3 being added to a negative number. So what do I do?
It would be I don't.
Figure out the number first, and then we'll figure out the sign. Because that's what you have to do on these, is you have to figure out the number first. So what are we going to do? We're going to subtract.
Yeah, we're going to subtract 3 from 8.
Okay, what do you get?
Negative. Oh, just
First, just subtract 3 from 8. You get 5. Now, which sign goes on it?
Negative.
Okay, let me do another one. Again, we're adding a positive number to a negative number. What are you going to do?
Sorry, my dog wanted let out.
Huh?
Sorry, my dog wanted let out. 6.
Okay. Now put the sign on it. What sign goes on it?
Positive.
Okay. You got it. That's all you do. Whenever you have a negative number being added to a negative number, a positive number, yeah, you subtract the two numbers. And you put the sign on it of the larger number. Simple as that. All right, what else you got in the way of problems?
Negative 19 minus 15.
Minus 15?
Yeah.
Okay. Here we're not.
No, 9. Just 9.
Just 9?
Yeah.
Negative 9 or just 9?
Just 9. Yeah, negative 9, sorry.
All right, like that?
Yeah.
Okay. That's a negative sign.
Yeah.
That is a subtraction sign.
So don't shoot.
So the way I'm going to do this problem is I'm going to turn the subtraction into an addition.
Oh, wait, no, it'd be like 24.
Well, in order to turn it into an addition, excuse me, I've got to change the sign on the number that was being subtracted. In other words, that's the same thing right there as what we have immediately above it. The advantage is you know how to add, right?
Yeah.
So what's the answer?
Positive 24.
Oh, when you're adding two negative numbers, you always get a negative number. Always.
Negative 24?
Yes.
Oh.
Just remember, if you are adding two negative numbers, it's equal to a negative number.
Right.
100% of the time.
Hmm.
Okay, what else?
Right. 6 plus negative 4.
Here, you're adding a positive number to a negative number. What do you do as the first step?
Add them?
Subtract.
Oh, wait, no, subtract.
Always. First step, subtract the two numbers. What do you get?
Negative 2.
No, start with the number. Just give me the number. And then we'll put a sign on it. What's 6 minus 4?
2.
What sign goes on it? Plus or minus?
Plus.
The sign of the bigger number. 6 is bigger than 4, so we're going to put a plus on that. Okay? What else?
Sure.
What else?
Negative 10 plus negative 10 parentheses negative 2.
Parentheses negative 2?
Yeah.
Okay, this is multiplication. Multiply the two numbers. Actually, figure out the sign first here. Whenever you're doing multiplication or division, Jackson, you can figure out the sign immediately. And that's the best way to do it. It's only when you're doing addition and subtraction that you kind of need to wait until you get a number before you put the sign on it. But this is
negative 20.
So what's the sign of the answer?
Negative?
No, when you multiply a negative times a negative, it's a positive.
Positive, yeah.
Same thing. Same thing if you divide a negative by a negative. So this is a positive what?
Positive 20.
Okay. Now, let me do something else here. Whereas I don't need you to give me these. Let's just do it off of this. You holler out the answer, I'll type it in.
22.
Whenever you have one number minus the same number, it's always 0. It doesn't matter what the number is.
All right.
5 minus 5 is 0. 10 minus 10 is 0. 11 minus 11 is 0.
Okay.
Go.
1.
Good.
6.
No, here you have two negative signs in a row. So remember what I said to do? I said turn the subtraction into an addition. Here, hold on. Let me just get so I can write on this thing. Wow. Hold on. I can't do it like that. I got to do it this way. Okay. So the first thing you want to do on a subtraction problem like this is turn that into an addition like that.
Yeah.
And because I did that, I have to change the sign of what was being subtracted. Well, what was being subtracted is a negative 1. We're going to turn it to a positive 1. Now it's easy. 7 plus 1 is...
Okay, yeah.
What's 7 plus 1?
8?
Correct.
Oh, yeah, because that's the,
Yeah. Hold on a second. This thing is, the computer's acting up a little bit on me here. What's going on? Let me try this. So I'll go ahead and put in 8. Okay, go.
15.
Go.
19?
Got a positive number being added to a negative number. What's the first step?
Oh, first I'd make a negative a positive?
No. First step is subtraction. When you have a positive number being added to a negative number, we have a positive 10 being added to a negative 9, subtract the two numbers. What do you get when you subtract them? And I don't mean subtract minus 9. I mean just do 10 minus 9. What is 10 minus 9?
1.
And what sign should it have? Plus or minus?
Plus?
Yeah, the sign of the bigger number, which in this case is 1. Go.
Negative 8? No, 9.
Nope. Remember what I'm going to do. I'm going to take that subtraction sign, the second dash. I'm going to turn it to a plus, and it's going to be minus 11 plus minus 2. It's really important you understand that process. Let me just go through it again. All right, this is the minus sign. I turn that to a plus. That means I got to turn that to a minus 2 because it was subtracting a positive 2. Now it's adding a minus 2. And now if you look at it, you can put parentheses around it. Now I'm adding two negative numbers. When you add two negative numbers, what do? You just add the two numbers and put a negative in front of it. So when I add those two numbers, it comes out to be 13. And since they're both negative and we're adding, the answer is negative.
Negative 12.
Negative 13.
Oh, yeah, 13. Sorry.
Go ahead. Now, multiplication and division are different. When you have two negatives there, it's a positive. That's what's confusing you, is you're mixing up addition with multiplication. What's the sign going to be here?
Positive.
Correct. What's the number?
2.
Next. Again, you're dividing a negative by a negative. Figure out the sign first.
Positive 3?
Yep. Now, here you're looking at 3 dashes. Which one is subtraction? The one on the left, middle, or right?
No, middle.
Okay, turn that into a plus and then change the sign of whatever is following it. So what does this turn into?
A plus.
Read the whole thing after you've done that.
I'm confused, sorry.
Becomes -6 plus a +3.
Oh, yeah. Can you have to...
Now you're adding a positive number to a negative number. You know how to do that. Subtract the two numbers.
Yeah, and that's... It's positive... No, -6. No, -3, I mean.
-3.
No.
How about this?
-9.
Yep. About this?
+54.
No, when you're doing multiplication and you have a positive times a negative, it's always negative. In other words, if you have opposite signs and you're either multiplying or dividing, then the answer is always negative. And here we have opposite signs. The 9 is a positive, the 6 is a negative. We're multiplying. So the answer is negative. What's the number?
Sorry.
9 times 6.
Positive? No, negative.
Negative what?
54.
Yep. Okay, keep going.
0.
No.
Oh, wait, no, it's 10.
This one?
10.
Okay, now, before you answer this one, there's a reason they're having you do these. You know what that reason is?
No.
Because you cannot be proficient at math unless you are proficient at this stuff. It's a requirement. That's why I tried to give you this stuff 2 years ago. Because you absolutely have to master this. Otherwise, algebra doesn't make any sense. Or geometry or trig or any other math that you might take. Until you master this stuff. And here, I can do one thing here. I sent it to you before, but I'm going to copy and paste this into the chat window. Here, hold on. Now, do you see it in the go to meeting window? Under chat, do you see a thing that says chat? Jackson, I can't understand you.
No, I don't.
Turn your TV down.
No, it sounds like you have your finger in your mouth when you're talking.
I do.
Well, take it out if you wouldn't mind, so that I can understand you.
No. Turn your TV down, Abby.
Hi. Can you hear me now? Sorry. Yeah, I got it.
Do you see the chat window?
Yeah, I got it.
Okay, go ahead and click on that, and it'll open up in a browser on your computer. Go ahead, try it. Click on that blue eMathLab link.
Yeah, I already did.
Okay, now save that as a favorite on that computer. You know how to do that?
No.
See the star? What are you using? Google Chrome or Internet Explorer or?
I don't know. I don't really know. I don't
Somebody
know.
there that can help you?
Mom, how do I favorite stuff?
Tell her you want to save that particular page that you're on.
Dad, I want to save a particular page I'm on.
As a favorite.
We're trying to bookmark something? Is that what you're trying to do?
He wants to save this page as a favorite so he can get back to it and use this to practice without me being present. This is something he can do for free.
Yep. Got it.
Got it? Okay, good. And then he can get these flashcards and practice it. I would recommend he spends 5 or 10 minutes every day on it. Just doing these drills. That's the only thing that's going to work. I know from experience, but because I can't really help you learn this stuff. The only way to learn this stuff is repeatedly trying it. Just problem after problem after problem after problem. And after a while, you're going to get it down. You will. I promise you. You just have to do it. You have to practice it. All right. Let's continue with that one. What's 1 minus 1?
Wait, I gotta close out of this one. Alright, 1 minus 1 is 0.
Okay. Again?
4.
Okay. Now let me ask you something. The problems you had to do tonight, are they all of this nature or are there others also?
They're all.
They're all just like this?
Yeah.
Okay, let's just do a few more of these and then I'll let you go. You only had a half hour scheduled for tonight?
Yeah.
Let's end it strong. Let's see if you can get 3 in a row. Correct.
Positive.
Positive what?
0.
Any number divided by itself is what?
1. Positive 1.
Okay, what's this one?
-6.
No. What do you do when you have a subtraction problem? Turn it into an addition problem. How do you do that?
Oh, wait, never mind. So it'll just be negative. It would just be 7.
Nope. 1 plus 7 is what this becomes. 1 plus a plus 7. What's 1 plus 7? What's 1 plus 7, Jackson?
8.
And finally this one. You've got a negative number being added to a positive number. Your first step should be subtraction of the two numbers.
It's 1.
Okay. All right. We can do this on these sessions, but it's absolutely necessary that you master this. Can't really do anything beyond. You can't do algebra if you don't know this. You just can't.
I'll do it tomorrow, too.
Okay. I will talk to you tomorrow.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.
Bye. I don't know, though.